Marte, your hostess with the mostest, and I am very excited to be standing here with this international skateboarder and motivational speaker from Alaska?
Yes, Alaska.
This is Preston, guys. Say
Black
hi.
people live in Alaska, y'all. See?
I didn't know that.
We gotta educate
Say
everybody.
hi.
Okay.
Say
Hey,
hi.
what's going on, everybody? My name is Preston Paula, and I feel honored to be here, standing
better
right
be.
next to Anna Marte, she the bomb, bringing you with the latest information in sports around the world and all kind of physical activity for all our fans.
All my fans. So guys, grab your sneakers, grab your shorts, or just lay on your couch because we are ready to do some movement, some activity, and talk to some rad people. Fan Nation is started!
Today in Fan Nation, we meet with Willem DeVries, a successful dancer from a very special category.
When tango dancing began, oftentimes it was danced by two men dancing together.
Boxing champion Victor Ortiz, tell us how the big ones get up after a hard punch.
After 2 years of being, my jaw was broken, I was wired shut. As a boxer, you disappear from the boxing ring.
And we'll find out how much you know about Latino athletes.
This is Fan Nation! Hey guys, as you all know, I am a super proud Latina, and we have a very special show for you today to showcase the flavor we have in our blood. Isn't that right, Preston?
That's right, Anna, and for that reason, I would like to introduce you to Willem DeVries, a ballroom instructor who is an expert in a particular field, same-sex ballroom and Latin dance.
My name is Willem DeVries, and my background is I'm half Ecuadorian and half Dutch. So the three of us voted, and we've decided that we are Ecuadorian. So, but I am a mama's boy, so I do favor the Latinos. For a living, I am a professional ballroom and Latin dancer. I teach, I instruct, I do choreography, and I perform around the world. The way I got started out dancing was actually when I was a little kid. My mom said I started dancing before she even gave birth to me. She would hear music and I'd start kicking up a storm inside her stomach, so. As a little boy, when I was about 7 years old, I would go with my mom, because she was a single mother. And as an Ecuadorian woman who moved to the States, she wanted to provide for the kids things that she didn't have growing up back in Ecuador. And so my sister started in dancing, and I would sit in the back of the room and play my Game Boy and, kind of look up and look at the class every now and then. And then suddenly, one day they realized that at the end of the class, I'd be finishing my game, but at the same time watching them, and they were trying to remember the routine. So I would just get up and be like, you're doing it wrong. You have to step, kick, step, jump, push, turn, spin, land, obviously. And then go right back to my game. So the teachers in the class started noticing that I would do this, and so they said, you can bring him for the entire class, and he can join in if he wants. So they let me start going in with my sister's dance classes. So the amazing thing about growing up was that I always loved dancing and saw choreography and everything that I saw, but I did take it for granted until I had a car accident that took it all away from me. A lady was driving through Manhattan, and I was coming out of the Midtown Tunnel, and she ran the red light, drove right through my driver door, and shattered my hand and blew out my shoulder capsule. So the doctors turned around and told me I would never dance again because I'd never be able to use my left arm. So it was, of course, very devastating. I realized I wanted to push through it, so I decided to go into same-sex dancing, and that way I could use my left arm below the shoulder to lead, but since I couldn't pick up my left arm because of the shoulder injury, I would then switch hands, take the right hand, and do the ladies' part. So we did really fun choreography, and the choreography was so exciting and interesting for people that we ended up winning the United States title, then the North American title, and then we ended up winning the world title. So there's actually a pretty interesting history with same-sex dancing, because a lot of people don't realize that when tango dancing began, oftentimes it was danced by two men dancing together. So same-sex dancing has been around, but just not talked about. In terms of same-sex dance competitions, it happened quite a bit over in Europe, but it's a pretty new thing here in the States. I think we were actually really the biggest couple to start making it known around here, back when we were featured on So You Think You Can Dance, where we came in and said, look, we're here, we're the world champions, we're here to show you there's an entire world of same-sex dancing, and this is how it should be done. Yeah, the accident was definitely a blessing in disguise. It took me from taking something that I love to do for granted to really appreciating it and having to fight for it. I had to get in and start training. I had to call up my coaches again, and I had to work hard, and there was a lot of pain through it, but it made me really understand and appreciate the joy that people can get from dancing.
William, baby, come on down. Woo! Come on, baby.
What's happening, man?
How you doing?
What you doing?
Pleasure
Give
to
me a
meet
extra
you.
hug.
Hello, hello,
You know,
hello.
Hey.
Mwah.
Mwah. Oh, 2 kisses.
Latinos in the house,
Hey,
right?
have a
All right,
seat.
thank you.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Well,
It's great to be here.
He's extra
I've been
excited.
researching you. I was on the computer, Googling everything, and first
You can't
of all,
hide anything
first
these
of all,
days. Nothing
congratulations.
hides.
You are a champion. You are the man. But before I get to all that good stuff, we have to start in 2004. Because in 2004, you were in a tragic accident that could have maybe cost you your life. So I want to ask you if you can remember anything that happened, and also after that accident, did you ever think you wouldn't dance again?
You know, when the car accident happened, you know, I had already been dancing my entire life, and, you know, we were winning competitions everywhere, and then a girl ran a red light out of nowhere, drove through my driver door, and shattered my hand, blew out my shoulder capsule, and the doctors told me I would never dance again.
Wow.
So it was kind of devastating, you know, to sit there and have something that you love to do, and you took for granted and have it just kind of pulled away from you. So I came back from that, and that's actually how I got into same-sex dancing. And as you guys mentioned, you know, I won the world title from that, but it wasn't something that, you know, I originally planned on doing.
So
You know,
wait, we have a champion in the house?
You
We
got
have
a
a
champion.
champion in the house. That's awesome. Listen, I need you guys to hold that thought because we got to go on commercial. But when we come back, we have more with Will, and we have a little dance lesson here that somebody is going to get.
Oh.
We'll be right back. Coming up, we have a lot more with Willem. Don't go anywhere. It's going to get spicy.